well, I thought I needed a cup bracket, and probably you saw some of my Facebook posts looking for one. So I got a cup bracket, I got a cup alternator, but it doesn't fit the way it should fit. It's not ideal, not the way it was designed. So I think I'm gonna go back and make this bracket myself, because we want the alternator to be slightly closer to the block itself. So we're not going to use that, but what we are going to use is that we have 10mm aluminum plate, and also I already started, I should have waited, but I didn't have my camera. Aluminum tube. So we're going to turn it down, so obviously the internal diameter is the same for the alternator bolt, and make it a little bit flat, and then we're literally gonna put it on top of the plate and weld it.
You take me to a safe place, we steady on the same pace, yeah, I'm crazy, you like that, don't back down, no you drop back, keep it spicy, that's a fact, we on the right track, yeah, driving me wild, giddy up like a stallion.
So we turn a really simple bracket, essentially the same width, and that's how it goes on top of the alternator, like this. That. So you can see, like this. I made a bit of a flat spot, so when I weld, it's nice and flat on the plate. So the easiest solution is obviously we need to check the outside of this where the alternator sits. It needs to be sort of in the same position, obviously. So the easiest way would be we put this and then we cut the plate right to the edge, and then we know that this needs to weld right to the edge as well. So this is how I've done it. I put this right to the edge, and then we put the existing bracket over the top, mark where to cut it, mark where to make the holes. Now we have to cut this, drill 3 holes, and then this thing will literally be welded something like this.
Bedroom, we don't need a club, got our own groove, coming at the same time, yeah, you don't got a dime for us, when we make it rain in the bedroom, we don't tell us all what we gon' do, dirty little secrets, yeah, keep it in the sheets with us, when we make it rain in the bedroom, when we make it rain in the bedroom, I'm a main squeeze, don't get it twisted, there's a problem, we gonna fix it, this ain't the type of thing you lose, so let's keep on doing what we do, driving me wild, giddy up like a stallion, saddle up and ride you, we crossing the line like a champion, driving me wild, giddy up like a stallion, saddle up and ride you, we crossing the line, we so champions, we know how to make it rain in the bedroom.
So as you can see, welded fairly neat around, double pass. But what I want to do now is I drill 2 holes on the back, so they basically go straight through the plate and inside the whatever you want to call this thing for the bolt. And now I'm going to fill it with aluminium weld on the inside, so basically it will be almost like it's bolted through as well as welded around.
We don't need a club, got our own groove, coming at the same time, yeah, you don't got the time for us.
Oopsie!
Many months later.
Alright, so as you've seen, this is the mount that I made, and as I mentioned before, the original one from the cup is quite a bit wider, so the alternator would just sit way too much forward, and we don't want that. So now that we have this thing on, but unfortunately this is, well, so this is how the alternator should sit, and it needs to be slightly higher like this. This is the adjuster I made before for the previous one, but my alternator was reversed, so basically attached at the bottom and adjuster from the top. This one doesn't really fit because it touches on the alternator. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is make a little adapter, sort of an extension plate that bolts onto the alternator. So the new one I can actually cut it, make it a bit shorter, but it can actually sort of, maybe not even cut it shorter. You know what? It'll probably be, it'll probably be good to use it as is. So yeah, this is the idea of how it should sit. So we'll drill and tap the alternator itself, this lug. There is plenty of meat for another 2 bolts, probably M6s, and then M8 in here, just to hold it all nice and tight in here. And then there's bolts to the engine, bolts to that, and that should give us enough adjustment for the alternator itself. I've lost a bloody belt. I've no idea. Nick from Pure Motorsport sent me a new one. I have the cardboard, but I've looked everywhere and I cannot find it. I can see all the old ones and stuff, so I'm waiting for Amazon to deliver one on Thursday. It's never ending, is it? Let's modify this and make a plate. Here we are. That's what I was talking about. So a slight extension to bring that sort of mounting point slightly lower, and I can actually reuse my original adjuster, so a bit less fabrication needed. And it's perfectly in line with, obviously this is not the belt, but you can see how it goes. So we have sufficient space at the above the top pulley, so allow for wobbling and stuff like that. This should give us enough clearance for the manifold, theoretically. And then we're gonna have to install a water pump somewhere in here. So yeah, I think that looks decent. So I'm gonna have to trim this a little bit, as you can see, just to neaten it up. Paint it black, shorten those bolts so they're not sticking out, just basically neaten it all up, and it should be very, very, very nice and sturdy, I should hope. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and also please click like. It's so easy for you. Literally go down and you click ping, and it really does help me go up the ranks. I want to build this channel into something really, really amazing. So for that I need views, and obviously, you know, you guys are who's gonna help me do that. So thank you.